One of the biggest problems businesses face today is that people visit their website curious about their services, but they leave without taking action because they cannot quickly find clear answers. I created a chatbot that helps you resolve that by giving visitors instant conversational responses 24/7 without forcing them into a sales call immediately. Before I start, if you don't know me, I am Marvin, co-founder of Manso AI, and I help service business companies in the United States save 10 to 30 hours per week using practical AI systems built around their real operations. After 1,000 plus hours building automations and operational workflows, I have learned one thing. AI does not fix broken operations, but it exposes them. Before we get started, let me show you how the chatbot looks like in real life. I'm gonna go to my website, banso.ai, and you will notice the chatbot at the bottom right side of the screen. It's this little thing out there that says questions about automation. The first feature is that after someone lands in your pages, it's going to take about 10 seconds and it's going to show a little pop-up window that is going to prompt them to use it. And then after a few more seconds, it's going to open up the window itself with some pre-populated questions. These are kind of the most frequent questions that people ask about very frequently. So people can either enter the entire message or they can just select one of the questions. I created a frequently asked question document right here, which I provided to the AI agent that handles the chatbot to answer questions based on my services. So we're gonna try it out to see if it answers the questions based on the knowledge base. Let's say I wanna talk about process mapping and automation. I'm gonna go to the website and I'm gonna ask, what is process mapping? The chatbot is gonna think, it's gonna look at the database and it's gonna answer. Process mapping means documenting how work actually moves through your business. Let's see. And this is what the frequently asked question document shows. Process mapping means documenting how work actually moves through a business. If you notice, the question completely matches the information that I have in my frequently asked questions. Now, the other feature is, what if you want to break and someone asks a question which is completely unrelated to your business? For instance, I want to ask, how do you cook a salad? This is completely unrelated to AI and automation. Let's see how the chatbot handles this. So the answer was, yeah, I am a Banso AI assistant, so I can help with cooking instructions. If you want, tell me what business process you're trying to improve instead, and I'll explain how process mapping and automation can help. This is a guardrail that ensures that this assistant is going to answer only questions related to your business. We're going to try one last question. I'm going to ask, are you AI or a real human? Let's see how it handles the question. Yes, I'm an AI virtual assistant from Banso AI, not a real human. This is full transparency because there is a lot of AI powered systems nowadays. Being transparent, human, and honest really takes you a long way. So I'm going to show you how to build this bot for your business. The only tool I have used so far for this chatbot construction is Retail AI. Retail AI, it's an AI tool that is going to allow you to create chatbots that can text, chat, and even make phone calls or receive phone calls on your behalf. You only pay as you go, meaning that it only pays for the time that you use, either per text message or per minute that the chatbot is really working. When you start, you get a $10 credit so that you can start testing. The first step before you automate anything, and this does not only apply to this chatbot, but it applies to any other process that you have in your business. It's about planning, thinking, and understanding what your process looks like and what you should be doing first, second, and then last. So in order to create this chatbot, we are going to follow these simple 6 steps that I mapped before even touching Retail AI. Step number 1 is creating your knowledge base. You probably have a frequently asked questions document somewhere in your documentation, but you can also refer the chatbot to read your website. I recommend creating one full document so that you can have it ready and handy for the chatbot because it's going to be more accurate, it's going to be simpler, and it's going to be faster. After you create your knowledge base, which you can use ChatGPT for or any other LLM of your preference, then you create the agent in Retail. I'm going to show you how to do it. You are going to define the bot's personality, capabilities, limitations, guardrails, and any custom instructions that you would like it to have. After you create the agent, you need to start testing it to see if it answers the questions that you intended the bot to, or if it's not accurate at all. That way, you can make changes before you even publish it. Once you create your agent, test it, and you are good with the results, then you have to generate a public key inside Retail AI so that you can use that along with a widget script which you are going to put into your website builder. It really depends on where you created your website. It could be any website builder, or even if you vibe coded it, like in my case, you just take that script and then just put it in the website. And lastly, just start testing and publish it to the public. So let's go and create it. Going to the first step, I created my frequently asked questions document with the help of a ChatGPT. I went into ChatGPT, and before doing any prompts or making it complicated, I just provided one single simple instructions that said, I would like to scrape my website, which is Banzo AI, and I would like you to create a general knowledge base document that I will upload to an agent I will build in retail. Please ask me questions you deem necessary to start the document. ChatGPT started to break down for me several questions and things I needed to take into consideration so that with all that information, it could scrape the website and start building the document for me. I did log into Retail AI, and once I got the document in a PDF format, I went to the options here to the left, knowledge base, and I clicked on this plus icon and added the document from the file. You can upload a web page so that Retail AI crawls the website on your behalf. You can add documents that are less than 100 megabytes, and you can even add text or even articles or a notepad with basic information about your business. It doesn't have to be too complicated. It's all about starting, making the first step, and just feed the Retail AI agent with the common questions that people ask about your business. Now we are going to go to step number 2. You're going to go to agents, and you're going to go to create an agent. You have two options here. You can either create a chat agent, which you can use for texting, or you can create a voice agent that can either receive phone calls or create outbound calls. I selected the option chat agent. By the way, once you create a chat agent, you can turn that agent into a voice agent afterwards by clicking these three dots and then converting to voice agent. But we are going to do that in a different video. I'm going to click on the chatbot that I created so that I can explain to you what the windows look like and what it does. Every agent that you build, even if it's an AI agent, is like one of your employees. You are going to give instructions to this agent on how you want it to answer the chat, the personality, the tone, by creating a prompt. If you want to know best practices on how to create prompts that are very successful for agents, you can also go to Retail AI documentation. I'm going to leave the link in the description of this video. You can see here how it tells you step by step how to use it. It tells you the sections it should have, how to write it, their recommendations, and you even have a video on prompt engineer. So it's all about practice and then just starting and creating your own. This is the prompt that I created, and I am also going to leave it for you as a free resource so that you can use it in case that you want to. You only need to change the information from my company and put yours company. In my case, what I'm doing is providing some identity. So I'm saying you are the Banzo AI website assistant. Your role is to answer questions about Banzo AI using only the uploaded knowledge base. There you go. So I add a style guardrails, meaning what type of things you are allowed to answer and which ones you aren't. Language rules, response guidelines. So this is where you actually provide all the custom instructions that you want your agent to take into consideration when answering the questions. Just to give you some examples on my custom instructions, you will see timeline questions. If the user asks about implementation timing, explain that timelines depend on the workflows, do not provide estimates. And I ask my agents to suggest booking a call, and then I provide the link or contacting the email. So this is very important because if you don't want the AI to hallucinate or to provide information that is not correct, or if there's one particular question that people ask you that you would like to maybe have person to person in a phone call, then this is a good way to have the agent defer that conversation to a human being. Once you create the prompt, you will see some other options right here. You can use functions. These are like additional accesses that you can provide your agent. Things like ending the chat, transferring to someone, checking your calendar, booking a call on your behalf. At this point, the way I have my agent only tells the people to book a call with me if they want to discuss pricing, timeline, or any question that is not included in the website. But if you want to create your own agent and you want that agent to book calls on your behalf, through the functions, you can provide access to the calendar, whatever calendar that you use, and it will automatically check on the available spots and it's going to book calls on your behalf. That is just an option if you want that option to be available. Here you can set if you want the chat to auto close or time out if there's no activity. This is if you want to add additional knowledge bases. I would only recommend to have one added to it, nothing more than that, and some additional functions which we are going to cover in later videos. Once you have the chatbot and you want to test how it will respond, you can go here to the right side of the screen, test LLM, and it's going to give you two options. You can either do a manual chat or you can use a prompt to have their own AI to simulate a conversation to see how it will respond back. In my case, I rather have a manual chat testing, and you can start testing the bot right here. For instance, I can say, hello, and there you go. That's exactly how the chatbot is going to answer if someone says hello. You can do as many testings as you want, but keep in mind that every time that you test your agent and you send a text message, this is going to charge you, because remember that Retail AI is going to charge you for the usage. How much does it cost for every message? Well, it really depends on the model that you have, and it really depends on what additional tools you provide to that agent. Right here, you will see GPT 5.4 Nano, which is the LLM that I have, and it's going to show an approximate amount of how much it will cost you for each message. In my case, every message that I send from the agent is going to cost $0.003. Just take that into consideration for testing and for the volume that you are expecting. You can change the brain you are using, that is to say the LLM, and depending on the one that you use, it's going to have different costs that is right here listed in the right side. At this point, we already have the system prompt. We already provided accesses to the agent if you wanted to manage your calendar, book calls on your behalf, and we have made some testing to the agents. So now we are ready to deploy this into our website. I'm going to go to Retail AI documentation. And here in the left side in the menu, I'm going to go down and I'm going to see this option that says deploy. Under deploy, I'm going to look for the one that says retail website widget. And this is how the widget is going to look like. Usually it's going to have a title, which you can definitely edit to whatever you want it to say. This is the default colors that it's going to use. And a little below that, you're going to see the entire script that you are going to be copy and pasting into your website. One of the things that you have to do is creating a public key. In order to do that, you go to Retail AI, you go home, you're going to go to settings. Within settings, you're going to do API keys, you're going to do public keys, and you are going to do add key, add public key. You're going to put a name to it. Very important, you have to allow domains, meaning under which domains this key is going to work. You have to enter your domain from your website if you want it to work correctly. If you don't do that, then you're going to have issues and the chatbot is not going to work as intended. These are some additional things that you can customize based on the needs. You can customize the color, the text, the pop-up message. If you want it to show after a certain period of time, like 5 seconds, like 10 seconds, just like I did to mine, you have to pull up the agent ID. If you go to Retail AI, the agent ID, it's right here at the top. You have the copy paste option, but you only need to copy paste it and then just create this script. If you have any questions on how to use the script or if you need more information, Then you can go down. It's gonna explain to you what each option means, what are requires, what are optional, and what it actually changes in the chatbot. Really important. You don't have to be a developer or you don't even know how to code. If you have any questions on what it means, how to edit it, then you can actually go to ChatGPT and start chatting and say, hey, I want to make this change. I want to make it look this color. And then ChatGPT is going to help you create a new script. The last step is putting this chat widget into your website. In my own specific case, I created my website using Lovable.dev. Lovable.dev is a vibe coding tool that you can use to build websites, build applications just by prompting the model in plain English. Imagine that you are using ChatGPT, Cloud Code, or Gemini, and you are providing instructions on how you want your website to look. You're going to have like a chat window to the left and the actual results of the application in the right side. Notice how simple this is. After I created the chat widget, I just asked Lovable to add it for me. And I said, I like to add a chat widget from an agent that I created in Retail AI. And I provided the script from the Retail AI documentation. Simple as that. You can troubleshoot and then you can start asking questions to it. Like for instance, after this happened, I clicked on the widget and it did not open the window to ask the preset questions that I wanted it to ask. So I started doing a conversation and I started troubleshooting with Lovable.dev in order to get these results. After you follow these steps, you can just publish here to the raw. You can click on this publish button and then all the changes are going to be live into your website. I really hope that you enjoyed the video. I try to make it as simple as possible. And if you need any help implementing your AI chatbot in your website, you can contact Manso AI or you can find me on my LinkedIn. My description will be below.